That's right. This is Minecraft Realms Survival, and it is on hard, just so you know. And this is our castle town that we started at. And for the last 4 months or so, as you can see, there's this entrance here. And this is an underwater tunnel. And I'm going to tell you that the tunnel goes 11,000, give or take, blocks in length. And so what we're going to do is we're going to walk the entire length of this, and then we're going to come back on a boat so I can show you that this is the world's longest underwater glass tunnel. I know for a fact that the world's longest tunnel in Minecraft is approximately 10,000 blocks, but this is not just any ordinary tunnel. These are all glass blocks. These are not glass panes. These are the blocks. As you can see, I have some left right here that I've been using, and these are mined from the sand, cooked painstakingly, and I think we made about 100,000 of these. So this is the beginning. I don't have the minecart all the way done, and that's my next move, but I do have to show you the fact that we did finish the tunnel. Now this goes from this castle town, and I have 4 or 5 little outpost towns on the way I needed to build to make this happen, and it ends up at a sea temple, and I'm actually currently almost done cleaning it out, but I figured since we made it and I finally got it, and this is obviously a world record, we'd show it. So buckle up, because this is going to be a long ride. This is one of those tunnels that's so long if you don't bring food you will quickly starve to death. I had to put small places that could store emergency supplies on the way. So here we go. Now this is I just wanted to show you, this is 11,000 blocks long, this tunnel is. Looks like I need a new minecart. Well, I'll have to put that down. I've got several minecarts. Now the minecart's going to go all the way the length of this. I haven't finished it. It only goes about 300 blocks for the minecart because I didn't really... It's not that I didn't care. I just wanted to finish this thing first. You know what I mean? And so I did. Now on the way there will be... The first stop we're going to have here is a small just a little tiny room I added, and that's about 500 or 600, I think, actually probably about 1,000 blocks out is where I put that. And then we have a small outpost town. I'm not going to go to the towns. I'll drive by them on the way back. But for the time being, know that almost all of them are linked to the tunnel, except for the last one. I was almost ready to link it to the tunnel, but I wanted to make this video first. And so I think... God damn. Sorry, I'm coughing a lot. I can't help it. But I think... Oh, there's the minecart. Okay, good. So I think we used 5,800 torches. Is it still going? Here, I'm going to make it go that way. Go back. I think we used 5,800 or 6,000 torches, something like that. Somebody pushed it in here. Okay, well. That's not how you do it, mate. You got to put it down like this. And you push it back. Okay, so I have powered rail, and we'll take care of that later. And coming up here, you'll see our first little extension. I made these every now and again, every 1,000 blocks or so. There's like these little rooms that you can kind of go in, and they have some supplies, a bed, a little bit of coal, you know, just to make your way. But the tunnel, oh, we got to eat chicken. Now, I have actually had people try to walk the length of this, and they didn't bring food, and they starved to death very fast because, like I said, it's 11,000 blocks long. I spent 4 months building this, I think. I think it was 4 months. It was actually, okay, so I built most of this. There's another guy on here named Trix Stix, and he built 5,000 blocks of glass. I built the other 95,000 blocks of glass. So I made 95% of it. But it took forever. Okay, so here, coming up here, is our first outpost town. Now what I would do is, as I got far enough out on the tunnel, I would make another little town. Like, see, every now and again you'll mine through, you know, something like this or whatever. And then I caught a lot. I got a lot of good enchanted books here with my fishing rods. But I made like a tower up there somewhere. I had 2 towers. One of it was just a tower for brewing. And this particular one, you can get up to it by going that way. If you check out my other videos, you can already see every one of these towns that I've made. Except for this last one, which is the Sea Temple, which is our destination. But Buckland, I'm gearing up for about a 15-minute walk from this point. And I'm actually sprinting. I'm not just, you know, just doing it like that. I'm double clicking it. So that's how it is, man. I spent months doing it. You cannot imagine if you could see the drowns. Oh, that's another thing. Okay, so you'll see the conduits out here. We had 2 back there. I think we used 12 conduits. It was either 10 or 12 conduits that I ended up making. And of course, if you're unfamiliar with a conduit, what I had to do is I had to go mine prismarine block from the Sea Temple we're currently going to. And then I would have to get 8 nautilus shells, and I'd have to get a treasure map and find a Heart of the Sea. I think it was called a Heart of the Sea, yeah. And then you put them together and you get that little box right there called a conduit. And then you make this shell of prismarine, and you knock the one bottom out, and it activates it, and you can breathe underwater. Otherwise, you had to make breathing underwater and night vision potions, or that's pretty much it. I ended up finding, like right now, my helmet, it's only got respiration 1. I actually had a helmet with respiration 3, so that helped a considerable amount. And then I lost 1. I died. And then I got another one. I found respiration 3 out of nowhere. I was fishing, and I got a enchanted book for it. Added that to a helmet, and that finished a great deal at the end. And then right before, literally, the same day I finished her, the day before I finished this tunnel, I was pushed into lava and killed. And so I had to. I was like, oh, come on! But I was so close. I was able to finish it anyway. And then. Basically starting over. So all those outpost towns that I just showed you, my objective is to basically get treasure chests in minecarts, fill them up, and make them go all the way down the line here to the Sea Temple. Once I get to the Sea Temple and I show you finally where we're at, and then I come back, what I'm going to do is on top of the Sea Temple, I'm making a big, giant lighthouse, and it's going to be either terracotta from a desert, or not a desert, a mesa, I'm sorry, or it's going to be red sandstone, which I'd like it to be red sandstone because at nighttime with torches, red sandstone looks real nice. But the closest desert I found was 22,000 blocks basically behind me where I'm at right now, and another 15,000 south. So I've got a long path to go if I want to deal with that. And then by the Sea Temple that we're heading here, 600 blocks away is a giant island, and I'm actually going to make my, if you want to call it, quote, capital city, or my major city there. My giant castle town, I've had my outpost towns. They've served me well. But the tunnel's done now. So it's time to bring resources over here. I'm not going to make the tunnel go to that giant island, though. I'm going to stop it at the Sea Temple because it's long enough. And like I said at the end here, I'll drive in a boat back, and you can see what the tunnel looks like from above. It's very cool looking, especially at nighttime. It glows very bright. I mean, look at all the torches, for God's sakes. I mean, we spent like, can I get statistics on that? What do we got here with torches? Damn, I've been through 266 pumpkin pies doing this. How many nautilus shells? I went through 80 nautilus shells. 9. We used a lot of resources here. I went through 13 diamond. Oh, I mined with diamond shovels 50,000 blocks for the sand. Regular shovels I mined about another 50,000. I had to use 10,103 blocks of coal to make this happen. Oh my God. I can't believe that. How much fish did I get? I got 1,800 fish that I've mined. That was just doing this, basically. 1,100 bread I've eaten. Jesus Christ, man. 725 of those. Okay, so we've gone through 5,990 torches. Jesus Christ. Okay, so this tunnel took about 5,000 torches to make, give or take, because I mean I use them pretty well, but I also am pretty liberal, or I'm liberal with them, but I'm sparing. I like to reuse torches. But damn, man, that is a lot of torches, and the amount of glass we've used is in the I'm gonna say at least 100,000. Now I did use about 200 for this little glass house right here. The tunnel does continue this way, so it is a continuous tunnel. However, I did make a glass house because I wanted to go out to the coral reef because I have a conduit right there, and I like coral reefs. Even though there's not many resources in them, at nighttime, we'll go over it at nighttime, they look really pretty. Sorry about all that coughing earlier. I was, you know, it happens. So we'll continue. So that house is about it's a little under halfway, and of course you can see the awesome. There's my house from before, and there's my glass little boat dock up there. I actually have another. You can barely see the tower right there of the burning. It's got netherrack with it's on fire, so that's pretty nice. And like I said, eventually this entire thing is going to have a powered rail. So every time it goes up, it's going to have a powered rail, obviously, for the thing. But like I said, 11,000 blocks of this. 11,000 blocks of this. It's like, okay, so we all know things in Minecraft aren't a straight line. I mean, they are, but like you can't go diagonal. So diagonally, it's 8,000 blocks. But as you can tell, I go up and over and up and over and up and over. So that adds. So we're at least at 11,000. At least 11,000 blocks of this. And you can see I've had to dig through some parts. And we're actually about 12 blocks underwater. I think so, about 12 blocks underwater. We're on I tried to get it as close to the surface or the floor of the ocean as I could until the end, because there's a huge canyon and it just like opens up, and it had to kind of be a free floating tunnel. And then the funny thing is I was finishing the very last part of it yesterday. Almost finished, and you can see it's lit up so things don't spawn here. But this tunnel was dark yesterday, or some of it was. And I was coming back and I was like, I finished it. And a creeper appeared and blew up 60 blocks of it. Boom. And I was like, you son of a bitch. And so I had to sit there and do that, and that was really annoying. So here's another like little outpost area that I put just some extra crap in. And I put a door so you can go outside because I have conduits around, and I like to mine outside. So you can see the terrain. It's getting a little bit, it's more open, if you want to call it, more open. And then you'll see the sea temple I'm heading to. This is just one of like 4 sea temples in the area. This was the closest sea temple I could find. It was about 8,000 blocks away in a diagonal. So yeah, like I said, it's about 11,000, give or take, to make this. But the big thing is there's 4 sea temples around where I'm going. Look, another conduit. See, I'm telling you, man, the conduits. Now, I didn't need a conduit every time. I could use my Respiration 3 helmet, and then I lost it not too long ago, and I was like, but that pissed me off. But then I was fishing with my awesome fishing rod, and I found another one. Only this one had fire protection on it, so I can make something with fire protection. And then I like this right here. We got the big deep holes. You know what I mean? But yeah, so let me see. Yeah, look how deep that is. You can tell. I mean, can you see? Like I can see like the like you can see this part of the water. That's that's from the glass. But you see way up there, the little white deals. Yeah, we're about 12 blocks underwater at all times minimum. Oh, I gotta eat again. I'm telling you, I have had people starve to death in this tunnel because you have to bring a lot of food. You have to at least bring I would say 20 chickens with you just to make it through here. When the mine cart's done, it'll go much faster than this. But yeah, we're coming up on our last outpost town, I think. I think the one, because I have a set of doors. It's not hooked up all the way. It's almost finished to that one. Blackpink. Do 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 do. La da 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 da. Man, I don't know Korean. That's a problem with that, with knowing that song, because I know the tone but not the words. Anyway, okay, so here's a door right here. This door, there's a tunnel. I am building. You can see the end. Well, the stairs going up to the tunnel there, and that's my last outpost town. The last third of this tunnel I made from this location up here. I made a nice tower too. You'll see it on the way back. You'll see all these outpost towns on the way back. It's not too important right now because it's just, basically most of them are just cobblestone garbage. Yeah, you can see in the distance. See, there's Netherrack, so I can know where I'm at. There's Temple 1, Temple 2, and then there's a taller one in the background. See, that's well, you'll see later. I was actually kind of proud of that, but it's really tough building tall. This lighthouse I'm going to build here at the end on top of the sea temple is going to be fucking enormous. And I'm talking it's going to be at least 85, I think, with, hold on, let me count. We got 20 by 20. So I think we're going to be about 85 blocks tall, to 85 to 90, and then of course I'll have spires on, a spire in the middle. And I've got enough leftover glass, but I want to stain the glass. I want to make it orange stained glass. I mean, I guess we could do red stained glass too. I don't really care if it's red or orange. Oh, and I also have almost enough gold blocks to make a beacon out of them. Yeah, I know. I'm making gold. Yeah, well, at least it's not iron. I'm not making an emerald beacon yet. I'm still saving up emeralds. I have 55 emeralds or something. It's a lot harder to save up emeralds, man. That's why it's difficult. And I have only mined emeralds twice in this game. I have found every other thing, but I have yet to barely find emeralds. But I've been at the beach area for quite some time. All right, I think this is my, is this my last? Yeah, this is my last conduit I made. I made sure to make it right up on it so you could just be like, yeah, there's my conduit. Now, you see what I'm talking about? You got all this seagrass here, and you kind of cut through here, and then there's this big open plain. And when you come up here to this open plain, there's the sea temple I'm going to, but then there's several others. If I go out on a boat, you'll see. And the funny thing is you see the guardians all around you, like, wah, trying to make noise, and their little rev up engine noise, like they're going to electrocute you. And of course, they can't because you're in a glass tunnel. But the problem is I have these wet sponges, and I have others I have to get. I need to dry the sponges out because I was able to get 2/3 of the temple dry last night. And unfortunately, it's proving to be much more difficult. Not because of the guardians, I can take care of those, but because of the water itself. The sponges aren't as effective as I figured they would be. And so I almost thought about going into another sea temple. See what I mean with like this open play? It goes that way, just like flat for hundreds of blocks. But I'm not going to do that because I have to kill another Elder Guardian. And the first one was difficult enough. I almost got killed, and the guy that was killing him almost got killed too. So the wildlife, yeah, it's just go. Once you get out there, it just goes and goes. Yeah, I've had dolphins following me for fucking ages. Now the way back, the tunnel looks, I know what it looks like inside right now, and you're like, okay, it's a big ass long 11,000 block tunnel, okay. But coming back though, on the outside, it looks very cool. I think it does anyway. And I built a platform on top of this specifically so I could build a lighthouse coming up. I can't wait. Here's almost the end of it. This is almost the end of it. So I had to make it tall enough for a minecart, you know, to be able to fit down there, and it will. And then, of course, here is the sea temple. Now, like I said, not all of it. Here's my room. Basically, see, there's a guardian in case you think I'm bullshitting. There it is right there. There's a whole bunch of guardians floating around. And they'll sit there and try to make their... But they can't do anything. But this is my room. This is my little side palace here. You hear them revving up. That's from outside. I need to clear that out still a little bit. Like I said, I got most of it clear, but I did not want to take out all the walls and just make it a hollow area. I wanted to leave places I could hide treasure chests in. So, like, there's this. These guys... See, I built a wall. I still need to get this cleared out, but I have them buckled in. Man, it's dark back there. I need to put some light. I'll get to that later, though. And then... So I'm doing some rearranging here. You know, I'm doing some rearranging. I built these yesterday, these little places, crafting tables. I'm going to put all my stuff for the other outpost towns. I'm going to bring them. I'm going to put treasure chests here, treasure chests here, treasure chests down there. You know, just everywhere. You know what I mean? I like this window out here to the entrance. See all the guardians? And it's like, oh, that's a nice spring sunny day. And I still have to clear that out. So, yeah, look, yeah, okay, we'll get to that. Yeah. Hey, buddy, yeah, we'll get to that later. Like I said, it was 4 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning when I stopped. I filled in the gaps that we used for the conduits, the prismarine. I filled those in with glass. I've got this one. That's another treasure chest room. It will be same with this. This will probably be a nice bedroom, too. And I'll put anvils and all that crap all over. And then, of course, like I said, we have most of it cleared out. We have to get this section and this section of it. So about a third of it left. And then this is our top portal. And then, of course, I'll make my way back so you can see how cool it looks. We built this down. Of course I fell. I expanded it a little bit yesterday. It was real narrow to get in, real tough. And then this was just a thing. This was just like a small little wooden up there a minute ago, like before this. So I widened it because I'm going to put a lighthouse on top of this. It's going to be the entrance, but I'm going to put either terracotta or red sandstone. It's going to be the entire length, whatever this is, width by length. This is how big it's going to be. And then I'll put a lip around the outside of whatever stone I'm going to use. And of course, I won't make it look lame. I'll put it all the way down to the bottom there. Hope I don't get killed. And there, oh no, that's my last conduit. And then look, there's the entrance to the sea temple and everything. And so that was a 4.5 month project. And now we're gonna drive back and show you what it looks like on top. So here's the sea temple platform. I don't like that guardian staring at me right now. He's looking horrible, I think. But I did put a conduit down here. If you're unfamiliar with a conduit, it makes it so you can breathe underwater. So, whoa! There's a guardian. He looks fun. I bet he's going to off me, isn't he? So, yes, there's my sea temple house. That's my new. I'm not going to clear all the water from around it. Some people love doing that, where they're just like, oh, man, I'm going to clear. I don't want to do that. I want to leave it underwater. I like the guardians there. I know that's messed up because the guardians don't really bother me. Right? I mean, yeah, they ramp up, but they don't really mess with me. But I want the guardians around to protect me from other creatures because the conduit already kills the zombies. But yeah, I'm hoping that it will go nighttime shortly and you'll be able to see what the tunnel looks like. And well, I'm sure this trip will take long enough that you'll be able to see it no matter what. But this will give you a real perspective of what we actually built here. Now, we did walk through the whole thing. Wait, what's that? What's that? Chicken? Just raw chicken floating in the water. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, this will give you more of a perspective of how we built it. Now, you see, I'm going in a straight line. That kind of mirrors if I went from just point A to point B. But you can see the tunnel itself kind of zigzags. So you add 50, 80, 50, 100 blocks here and there. By the time it's all said and done, that 8,000 8,200 block length really turns into about 11,000 because, I mean, damn. You know what I mean? Plus, we had to cut a path through all the kelp, which I do not cook to make food with because that's worthless. I had to clear the tunnel out with sponges. I had to light the tunnel. I had to mine the glass with a shovel. I had to cook the glass in a... Well, I mean, I think I was building... I'll stop at this last outpost town, or the second to last outpost town show. I think we were building 15 furnaces at a time, running 15 by 64 at a time, and of course I can hold 27 in my inventory. All right, so that, yeah, see, there's my first, this is my furthest out little outpost town, and you can see here's the tunnel, and then here's my little outpost. I'm not going to stop by it. I'm just going to, I want to see my little tower I built. Yay, there's my little extra tower. And I got a lot of bamboo from a jungle I found. That was 15,000 blocks away. Yeah, and then of course this tunnel right here that's going is going to connect into this tunnel through those doors there. We walked by them a little while ago. I'll tell you what, man, this is such a big project. You know, I don't even know what I'm going to do because I've been doing for the last couple of months is building glass tunnel. That's it. I have sat here and I have gone through diamond shovel with efficiency 5 and unbreaking 3 over and over and over. It got to the point where repairing it was so expensive. I mean, it would just say too expensive. And I know, well, if you had 100 levels, oh, well, yeah, don't put with me on the levels. I had 50 and I still couldn't repair it. You know what? That's hard enough. But you see, I think it looks nice underwater. And the thing is this is such a long distance. This 10,000, 11,000 blocks, give or take. I think it's almost 11.5. But it is so long that normally you would get lost in Minecraft. But this is like a horizontal beacon. That's why I love it, because as long as you can kind of say, oh, well, I know the tunnel is within 300 or 400 blocks where I am. It's like you have a horizontal beacon everywhere that you can't get lost from. And it just goes, oh, look, see here. Here's my favorite, one of my favorite parts right here is the, when I got here to this part, when I got to the coral reef, I knew, it's like, okay, I knew we could beat it because I had no expectations for this working whatsoever until we got to the coral reef. Because the coral reef I viewed as just a little under halfway. And as soon as I started seeing the coral, I'll tell you what, it was really bothersome for me to find out that you can mine coral, but you cannot put it above ground. It will just die and turn into gray. And that was disappointing because I wanted houses that were the color of the coral. And of course that makes sense. Obviously, if you whack down a piece of blue coral, put it outside, it's going to die and bleach and turn white. But just look at all that coral, man. And building this, I actually stayed around this area for a while, I think purposely. I built this little house here just because I like the purples and the blues. And you see, this is what we were talking about earlier from above. Here is the port that I made. Now this right here, if anybody wants to join the realm, by the way, hit me up. You can have any of these houses. These just have food in it, that's it. I'm going to take the food out of that and move it to the sea temple. Obviously, you're going to want a sea temple as your house, duh. But if I have any sand left over, because I really have to go balls to the wall with getting the other third of that cleared out, because I don't want to mess with it anymore. But now that I have this tunnel done, I can kind of wait. Yep, see, there goes more. And there's just ships laying around. But come on, that's impressive, man. Even for me, that's impressive. And I'm not usually one to be like, oh, look how great I am, but that's bomb diggity shiznit, man. So yeah, close enough to the main when I started building these little towers with these flames on it. Looked like matches. Just so I could find my way when I was building it. You'd be surprised how easily you get disoriented out here. Middle of the water with no real land in sight or very little land in sight. And you're sitting here building with glass and it's dark. You don't have night vision because you didn't build a conduit past this one. The fun thing is about this, though, is coal was not as hard to get as I thought. Sometimes it was because when you started building conduits, you could just go down trenches in the ocean. And I got to tell you, I found more diamonds going into the ocean trenches using a conduit than I ever would just digging for it myself. Because it was like it went all the way down to like level 10, 11, and 12, and 13 no matter what, just as a matter of course, some of them. And you didn't have to dig. It was just already dug. It would go all the way down to obsidian and lava. So you're just like, okay, well, I'll just get a conduit or I'll get respiration 3. Conduit gives you night vision, by the way. And you just float around down there for a while. Now, that's my secondary outpost. I'm not going to call that my main. This is my second. I use this the most, but this is not the main area. This is the first outpost I made. But I do like this one better because I like the tower. This is the tower I brewed all my potions in right here. I just built that because I like to... Oh, I ran over a lily pad. Okay. But yep, I'm going to continue. The tunnel is still going. You see, I made start... As you go towards the main one, you start seeing more civilization being built. But I have to expand, man. I got to expand my horizons. This tunnel led me to know that I can conquer the world of Minecraft, and I have to go further. Further. Okay. Oh no, that's I don't turn that way yet. That's the little. That's that first little place I showed you. And yet, just by the way, I'm submitting this to Minecraft's world record as soon as this video is uploaded, because man, no way this isn't a world record. Of course it is. If this isn't a world record, I'm the king of England. Or is that the right way of saying it? Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a world record, trust me. I've already seen the world record for just tunnels is 10,000. This is longer than that. That's 10,500 for the longest tunnel in survival. This is survival realms. I built this I'd say 99.9% of this I built by myself. I only stole glass from somebody to the tune of 5,000 blocks or so. I built the other 95,000 myself. But yeah, now my objective now that we're back and you saw what the tunnel looks like, this giant castle town, if anybody wants to join Minecraft Realms, it's a bee terrarium. This is all yours. You can have my outpost towns. I'm going to abandon them because I'm building something much larger and much greater coming up. This was an excellent test of my skill and attempt of trying to make a world record. I know I did it. I'm very proud and happy that I did. But now it's time to move on and build a giant town. So don't forget to subscribe, share, like, hit the notification button, and make sure you share this everywhere because this is another world record of Minecraft. Thanks for watching. Peace out.